Don't do that.
When?
There's no stopping. There's no stopping. We don't stop. We just go, okay? So let's take.
Let's start again then.
Thank you, everyone, for joining our episode.
You said Ramadan Radio, Mercan.
Ramadan Radio.
Isn't it November?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Ramadan Radio. Today's topic will be on Ramadan as children, or Ramadan stories as children. I'm Marjan from New Jersey, and I'm with
Husna from Houston.
So, Husna, what's the first memory that comes up to your mind when I say childhood memories of Ramadan?
Most of my memories from my childhood regarding Ramadan are in my grandma's village. Because there, I guess it was back then when we were younger. The children now probably don't know, but Ramadan was during the summer. And so it was whenever we went to go visit Turkey, we would celebrate Ramadan with our relatives at the village. And my grandma would be fasting, and since we were young, sometimes we wouldn't be fasting. And so we'd be getting all the snacks and then doing a little picnic outside, completely ignoring all the hungry adults who are just looking at us like these selfish little children. And this one time, my grandma, she came and sat with us, and we were eating our chips and having our fun. Oh, God, forgive us. And she forgot she was fasting too, so she started eating from it. And we all stopped eating, and we looked at her like, what did you just do? Oh man, I felt bad for my grandma, but it's okay. We started fasting after that. What would happen is that we'd fast the whole day, and obviously, if you've ever fasted before, which probably most of the audience has, your stomach gets like a little smaller, as they say in Turkish, and when it's dinner time, you can barely eat all the food that's just like standing in front of you, and you're just like, oh, I'm definitely gonna eat all of this. No, you, after the first like spoonful of soup, you're full. And so there would be a lot of food that I wouldn't be able to eat. And me and my cousins, we'd go to my grandma's little room in her house. There was a TV in there, and we'd open this Turkish show called Güldür Güldür, and we'd all be like, our stomachs would be hurting, we'd all be like groaning and like watching Güldür Güldür and like laughing from time to time. And then someone would remind us, hey, we bought Twister ice cream today while we were fasting, and we were like, we're gonna eat it after iftar. And so someone would remind us that we have ice cream. We'd all forget that our stomach is full. Someone would bring the ice cream, and we would just eat the Twister ice cream. Do you remember Twister ice cream?
Not exactly.
Oh. But yeah, those are like some of the memories I can't forget. Like when you asked me this question, those two are the first ones that popped up. What about you?
It's so interesting that you said that, because now I'm thinking, is this like a universal experience for children, Muslim children? Just because I also have the same memory of, Ramadan during the like August, July heat, and as a child not having to fast. So the taste of snacks and of food during Ramadan when everyone else was fasting just tasted so much better and so much nicer. But I felt so bad, because I'm like, munching away on all these snacks, and my hungry like grandparents and parents and family members are just around, and I try to stay away from them. But yeah, there was just something so different. And on that, I remember my first time. So I don't know if this is a cultural thing, but there's this child fasting thing in our culture where you fast pretty much until the prayer is Dhuhr, and then you break your fast, and it's kind of to help kids get adjusted to fasting. And I remember the first time that I did that, and everyone was like, whoa, she fasted, so cool. And I felt so impressed, or I felt so happy about that.
I don't remember ever fasting half day. It's like either I fasted or I didn't. I don't remember any half days. But yeah, I remember like helping my brother do his first fast, like half day. We were all like, wow, good job. Definitely very helpful for children. Another memory that just popped up, same village, same grandma's house with the same cousins. Me and I'm the second eldest cousin in my father's family, like in my father's side. And my cousin who's 2 to 3 years older, she's the eldest. And me and her, we were also the most adventurous, let's say. And after everyone would be eating they would eat it, they'd break their fast, they'd be eating dinner. And me and her, we'd get a couple like TL, Turkish money, and we would sneak out of the house while everyone's still enjoying their food. And then, so they don't realize we're missing, we would take the shortcut, and it's like nighttime. And there was this in the village, obviously there could be like animals or other like snakes and stuff. And there was this one little shortcut, and I remember like we had to climb a wall just to get, this is our journey just to get to a
grocery store, like a small grocery store.
Yeah, like a small grocery. What's bakkal in Turkish? I mean English.
Grocery store. Corner store. It's
a corner store. Yeah, okay. Basically, yeah, this is our journey. So we had to climb a wall, and then you enter this field of like high grass, and I'm comfortable. Okay, we're gonna get our snacks, all excited. And then my cousin turns around. She's like, oh, by the way, be careful. There's snakes here. Great. Now I'm like all afraid, and then we're like running through the field of grass, and then we climb another wall, and then we go down, and then it's just like an empty road. So we cross it, and then right there is the corner store, and all the junk food that's waiting for us that we couldn't eat during the day. And so we would buy some snacks and then secretly eat them and then return home, so we don't have to like share with our cousins and they don't know we ran away from the house. It would just be me and her. But those nights were so fun because I don't know, everyone's in their houses and then it's just me and my cousin who's out doing all this stuff behind everyone's back, getting our snacks. And, yeah.
Meanwhile, your parents, I'm sure, are aware of everything.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, as children, I feel like fasting really makes us appreciate food as children because our patience and tolerance is so little, and we love junk, love candies. So definitely, I understand why it's not mandatory for kids to fast until a certain age, just because we would struggle with it quite a bit. But it's such a beautiful blessing to have that experience as children. And definitely, I like the concept of, I don't know if you ever heard about that, child fasting, to help a kid slowly get used to fasting, the idea of fasting, and encouraging them. And, because as a child, you want to fast too, kind of. I don't know if all children want to fast, just because all these adults around you, not even adults too, maybe your older cousins are all doing something that you want to be a part of, but you're a kid. So it's really, it helps, make you get more involved with some stuff too. I'm curious if our audience has any other distinct stories from Ramadan as children.
Yes, please share in the chat and we'd love to read through them afterwards.
Read through them and maybe share them on one of our episodes. Thank you.
Also,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was curious if you have any first memories regarding, not first memories. Do you have any memories regarding your first Tarawih?
Oh. Thank you for saying that. That reminded me of my other topic. So, as a child, I was dying to go to the mosque for Tarawih prayer during Ramadan, and I would try to constantly convince my dad. And as a reward for going, he would set specific goals. I had to read a certain pages of Quran to be able to go. And I would just, try to do them. But why? Not for prayer. But because Tarawih was the major playground for us kids when we were younger. Before we had to start praying or whatever, there would be the children's room where, all the young children would hang out. Maybe the mothers who had to also watch over their children would also pray there while their kids were playing around. And that was the ultimate playground. It was just like this one big room, a bunch of couches, but it turned into such a fun and nice place for us children to, just have fun. And especially that night, though it would always be night, of course, and behind the mosque and the places to sit, just going on journeys with my friends with, very little toys perhaps, but definitely it's something that made Tarawih very, very exciting for me. But of course now, as I get older, it's still fun, just in a different way. What about you?
So I have 3 memories actually regarding my first Tarawihs. The first 2 are from elementary, and they're from Turkey. For my father's mother side, when we went to the mosque with her, it was like the second floor was just full of all these old ladies taking up so much space. And I remember being a child like, what is this? Like I'm stuck between all these nannies and like I couldn't pray properly. And if you've ever been next to like a group of nannies praying, it's like and I'm like a not 5-year-old, like a 7-year-old who's like, what is this environment? And I remember like leaving. And then when we went to my mom's village, they had this huge mosque. And that one was at more space to breathe and stuff. I remember they were taking forever. So I would like roam around the mosque and see a couple other children. But because I'm not very familiar with the village, only visit it like once every 2 years, it would just be me walking around. And then back in America, we had Tarawih prayer. This is from, I think, 5th grade or 6th grade. What we would do is me and my friends, we'd be like, okay, guys, we're going to pray 4 rakah, and then we're going to play a little bit Minecraft, and then we're going to pray 4 more. And that's what we would do. We'd be in the corner of the mosque and we just like go with the imam and they're like, okay guys, everyone get their iPads out and like play in the corner and we're like, shh, don't make sound. And then like they'd be finished with the next 4 and they're like, okay guys, come on. And then that's how we would do it.
That's amazing. That's
it was
your friends
fun.
were very, it was a good relationship, a good friendship that you had there. Best of both worlds. Amazing.
Yeah, it was fun.
I do truly hope that the Muslim youth of our generation today, the Muslim children, have the opportunity to make these amazing memories that we had. I know, especially in America, maybe that culture is harder to get because not everyone's relatives are in the country. There's not always a big collaborative environment or maybe a Muslim community that everyone has access to where kids can have these experiences. But I certainly do hope that, us as adults or the adults even more adulter than us, adults that are even older than us, present those opportunities for children to truly live Ramadan. And that I hope that kids, are also running to the mosque. It could be to play. It could be to play Minecraft and then pray. Or it could be just to play games with their friends. But that the mosque isn't a place where they run to during Ramadan. I truly hope that we can offer that kind of environment for our youth.
Definitely. I mean, if a child doesn't enjoy Ramadan and like the environment, it's the adults who are at fault. Yeah. So yeah, if there are any old ladies out there, old grandpas, or like anyone out there who's yelling at you or getting mad at you about like, I don't know, not praying Tarawih or like making some sound, go watch the Nurever series done by teacher Mercan and teacher Polat, and maybe you'll learn about how our Prophet taught or approached children, and then you can take those attributes and remind those older people about this, and then they won't have anything to say to you. You guys can cut this part out. Yeah, Mercan, how do we end this?
Thank you, Husna, for joining our episode today.
You're welcome.
Sharing your stories with us. I hope that everyone is having an amazing and blessed Ramadan. Please let us know if you have any other ideas, any other stories that you'd like to share with us that we can talk about in one of our upcoming episodes. Have a wonderful...
Thank you, Nurever, by the way. Sorry, I think I cut you off, but thank you, Nurever, for hosting me. This was really fun. There's a lot of stuff that probably got cut out, but we had a lot of fun with Mercan talking about our childhood, and I hope y'all enjoyed it too. Have an amazing Ramadan. See y'all soon. Maybe. We'll see.
See you all next episode.
Bye.
Thank you everyone for joining our episode today. Please let us know if you have any other stories you've also...
Girl, that's a horrible ending. You're supposed to tell me. Well, Husna, thank you so much for coming and sharing your childhood stories with us. These were really fun to listen to, made me think back about my own childhood during Ramadan. And thank you everyone for joining us joining our radio today and giving us a listen. Yeah.
Thank you, Husna, for joining our episode today.
You're welcome.
Sharing your stories.